Hi, I'm Dylan Kettlestrings, and today I'm eager to share with you some of the adventures Hera and I had this month. We did take a trip to gorgeous Yosemite National Park, but our time there was pretty limited. Most of what I wanted to showcase was all the amazing wildlife encounters we had this month. I'm going to start doing a video every month going forward to share a window into my world outside of work. A glimpse into the mostly unseen and very magical area of wilderness all around us. One of the great things about having a German Shepherd like Hera is that every day, whether I like it or not, I need to get outside and get her some exercise. Northwest Washington is home to rainforests that boast some of the highest density of biomass, that's total plant life, found anywhere on Earth. While the land itself is highly resilient, I can't help noticing the impact that human activities have had. That's why I've decided to catalog some of my experiences here, to bring you into the world I interact with every day and help tell its story. But if that doesn't do it for you, I will definitely include lots of cute clips of Hera. Recently we discovered this road that had been cut off to cars by some erosion, but was still accessible by walking and bike. There were some dirt bikers, but we didn't mind sharing the trail with them. Where it led to was some truly amazing views of the river and proximity to the mountain. October is the time of year when the salmon spawn is at its peak. We were lucky enough to capture this amazing run. These are humpback salmon and they are fighting their way up the stream so they can lay eggs, fertilize them, and then their life cycle ends. It's been said that before white men settled this area, you could walk across the creeks on the backs of salmon. Well, that's not quite true anymore, so seeing this many was quite exciting. I like to call these zombie fish because they are basically dying, their skin is deteriorating, and they have really nasty looking teeth. Those teeth actually grow when the fish are ready to spawn, so they use those to fight with each other as they make their way upstream. Salmon hatch in the shallows of the rivers, and then they find their way out to the sea, where they live for about 3 to 5 years. Near the end of their life, they will fight their way back up the river and then lay eggs, and the cycle repeats. One of my favorite things about the river is all the sandy spots that show wildlife tracks very easily, unlike much of the surrounding area. So this spot here on the middle fork of the Nooksack has some pretty interesting tracks. Quite a good spread here, really. So we got coyote. This is what's called direct register. So that's the front paw, and then that's the hind paw, and they fall basically in the same spot. And that is all the secret to their efficiency when walking through really any sort of difficult terrain, especially snow. And then there's a special one over here. Here it is. This is a possum. So you can see this is basically the thumb and then the pointer finger, I think. And it's a little obscured. There's another track right here kind of messing it up. But possums have a very widely splayed set of toes. Makes it very easy to identify them. Here's another one. You can see the palm, and then finger, 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 and finger. So their pinky finger is basically over here. Their thumb is over there. I think I got that right. Very interesting. It makes them very good for climbing trees because they can get a really wide grip. So we are in the meth house today, and this is sort of north central Washington, and this is one of my favorite places. This is the place that I learned most of what I know about wildlife tracking thanks to Dave Moskowitz and a friend of his named Steve. And it's really just a stunning area. I mean, there's kind of something for everyone out here as far as different types of nature lovers go. There's all kinds of wildlife. There's climbing, there's mountain biking, there's trails to run and hike on, and there's just gorgeous scenery. It's one of those places it's a spiritual home for me as more than anything else. So these are mountain huckleberry, and another thing that's worth paying attention to when you're looking for wildlife or just out there trying to learn what's on the landscape is plant life. Thinking about what eats this plant, well, the first thing that comes to my mind is bears. Obviously, they're past season. The berries are come and gone, but we don't see any sign. You know, this is the wrong time of year for it, but still, it could be something to look out for in a different time of the year when you're looking for bears. Something that eats the leaves, deer and elk, so they like to browse, which means they eat anything like this, any plant with leaves on it. They eat the stem, they eat the bark, and that is as opposed to grazing, which would be other animals like sheep, cows, and they are going to be eating the grass on the ground versus the higher up brush. And one possible reason for that is when you're eating brush, when you're a deer, you're down here, you're looking for predators when you're eating this, versus when you're on the ground, you can't really see much. Granted, they have eyes on the sides of their heads, and I don't, but still, much better vantage from up here eating the shrubbery versus down here eating the grass. So we're on the Chelan River, and it's pretty wild. I'm going to try and find more info on this, but they've clearly done a massive project here that involved pouring an insane amount of concrete, plus adding that squiggly barrier over there. But one of the first things I noticed about this body of water is that there is an epic amount of fish in it, salmon, and here they are. It's kind of a mystery to me how they got here, considering how much obvious development has gone into this river, but it appears that they must have swam under this log jam, and there's a couple spawned out in there, but I'm gonna see if I can get any close-up footage of just the amazing amount of fish that's in this river. Hera. That's going to do it for the adventures of the month of October. If you guys have any ideas of things you want to see more of, or something you liked out of this video, please let me know in the comments. Also, please subscribe and tell your friends. I can't wait to share more adventures with you guys. Thank you for watching.